In a world where power reigns supreme, one must tread carefully. The 48 Laws of Power, a chilling guide to manipulation and control, reveals the harsh reality that lies beneath the surface. Let me tell you a story, a tale of deceit and betrayal. Meet Michael III, a man who assumed the throne of the Byzantine Empire in mid-9th century AD. He was young and inexperienced at the time. He had a friend who was practically his brother named Basilius. Michael helped Basilius when they were young by making him in charge of the royal stables and helped him attain education. Now Michael, in need of a person for the post of chamberlain and chief counselor, who better to trust than the young man who owed him everything? Thus he chose the inexperienced Basilius over his experienced uncle Bardas. Little did he know that his trust would be his downfall. Michael believed that by keeping his friends close, he would be safe from harm. But the 48 Laws of Power teaches us otherwise. They warn us that when we are too open and vulnerable with our friends, they may turn against us, stabbing us in the back when we least expect it. Basilius, once a friend, saw an opportunity to seize power for himself. He manipulated Michael into believing that his uncle, the head of the army at the time, was too ambitious and that would pose a threat. So he convinced Michael to get Bardas murdered. He later took the spot for army general. Michael made the mistake for exposing a stable boy to the ruthlessness feeling of power. After a few years, Michael, in financial crisis, asked his friend to return some money back. However, Basilius looked back at the king and refused at once. Here, Michael realized that the former friend had now more power than the king. A few days later, Michael woke up after a night of heavy drinking. There he was, on the point of being murdered by his soldiers as he saw Basilius laugh at the death of his former friend. Michael was murdered. The 48 Laws of Power teach us that sometimes it is better to have enemies than false friends. Enemies driven by their own ambitions are less likely to betray us. They do not expect acts of kindness, and thus they now see a point to prove that they are indeed worth our trust. Thus they remain the best allies we asked for. Remember, this enemy once rivaled you as an equal. Thus, he is of the same worth, and having someone as strong as you close to you is the greatest success. As we delve deeper into the dark and ruthless world of power, remember this quote: "If you don't have enemies, then make them." For in this world where power is everything, it is better to be feared than to be loved. Let the spine-chilling words of the 48 Laws of Power guide you as you navigate the treacherous path to ultimate control and self-respect.